Welcome on in, everyone, to the afternoon of day 4 of ClayShareCon 2026, and we have an old favorite with you. So it's been quite a few years. We've just been reminiscing. We believe it was 2021, maybe 2020 or 2021, since Flexibats have joined us, and we're pretty excited to have them back on. And I want to show this mug up close. So this is a mug I made using the Flexibat. And here's the ClayShare logo on the bottom. And then they use a little one to make the logo on the side here. So it's kind of like the official ClayShare mug. Although there is no official ClayShare mug, but you know, that kind of is. So they're back with us and they've got a demo and I cannot wait to see what they're gonna share. So we're gonna head on over to see what they've got. Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Thanks, Jess. We actually made another custom bat for you.
You did not?
We did. And this one has your ClayShare logo. We thought it would be a good idea to kind of show a good design that would work really, really well. So these are our bats. They have a center puck that's raised with the design, and they have 3 rings on the side to kind of help you gauge for trimming. And then they have 4 holes, 1 on each corner. 2 of them are sized to go right on your bat pins, and then 2 of them are sized to put grommets in to help make it a little bit easier for some support with your grommets, depending on how you like to throw. And then that little sticker that you were talking about, we use it as an orientation stamp. And then obviously it just kind of like doubles as a design. So that's our bat. As you can see, it's flexible, so it comes out of your, I don't know, leather hard clay very easily. Should I get right into doing a little demo for you guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So I started the Flexibat years ago when I started to get a little bit busier and I didn't have time to kind of trim and decorate my work. So I kind of created this bat that would allow me to do everything all at one time. So it creates, here I have a little bone dry piece that I can show you. It creates this really nice pattern on the bottom. It has a recessed area so you can still glaze, and then it creates a foot while you work. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure you start with a nice, this is printed from our printer, it's just ink, but you want to make sure you start with a nice flat bottom of your clay. So for example, you don't want anything that has lines and wrinkles like that. And then because it's just a pattern and a stamp, what you want to do is essentially you're just going to slam it in a place and then you just kind of leave it there. And then after you find your center, you're going to push it nice onto the wheel to make sure that it's not going anywhere. I want to reiterate that you don't want to like pick it up and move it and stuff. It's the same way if you're used to using texture stuff. If you kind of try to redo it, you get those weird doubles of things. But to throw on it, I apologize about my wheel. It's pretty squeaky. We didn't know ahead of time. Throw on it. It's pretty similar to throwing on a normal bat. There's a couple little caveats I can walk you guys through, but you're going to have some downward pressure for centering. You don't want to push too forward. It helps kind of keep the bat in place. It's not, you know, you can't handle it around the same way you can a nice wood or plastic one just because it's made out of a flexible material.
And folks were asking, can you hand build? Because there's a lot of hand builders watching, and absolutely. I hand built the mug I showed at the beginning with it. So you can use them for wheel throwing and for hand building.
Wow, we even have people, you can use them for the bottom of your lids. It's wicked cute. We've seen people like you hand build the slab on it and then you cut it out and then use it as like a tea topper or something like for the top of your mug. We do also have some Fleximats too, so I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But after you get your clay centered, you just kind of drill your hole like you normally would. And then I like to make sure my base is nice and wide. the nice flat bottom. So one of the tricks with the Flexibats, because you want to make sure that you get some good texture inside, is you want to make sure that you compress that bottom really well. I'm using a sponge. You can use a rib tool, whatever you want. But after you get that design compressed, you want to kind of leave your bottom alone. I will say these bats are made for more of your intermediate to advanced potters, someone who can kind of change up their technique a little bit based off the tools that they're learning. Yeah, so then I'm going to pull my walls up. We did make a bunch of peel reveals for you guys, so that'll be exciting.
We love a peel and reveal.
With different designs on the bottom. So I'm just throwing my cup the same way I kind of normally would. And we have an extended video on YouTube that gives a lot of tips and tricks. Like I said, I think there's some learning curves when people are first learning how to use them. So we've taken a lot of our feedback and we've tried to kind of offer all the different ways to kind of work with those things. So once you're done throwing your pot, one of the key things that I really like about these bats is I call it like wet trimming. Like we all cut that little piece off of the edge, but I kind of do it as almost as if I'm finishing my pot because I don't always have the opportunity to go back and to trim my work. Since I've invented these, I was in grad school and we started a community studio. We have a couple hundred members. And I have 2 new babies, so I'm very busy. So not trimming my pots has been great. So I'll take my wood tool, and I do actually start a little bit higher because I use it as almost if it's a rib tool to kind of allow me to really, I don't know, go right up against the edge of the whole thing. So I know I get a nice clean transition line. And I can cut right under the needle tool. And then this is what I'm going to show you guys. These are some nice little features about our bat. So, I was right on the money. I was hoping I wasn't right on the money so I could show you guys. So there are 3 rings in here. I know I showed you at the beginning, but there's ring 1, ring 2, and then there's ring 3. Ring 3 is a perfect 1/4 of an inch around your cup, so you know that you have a good 1/4 of an inch foot. The second ring is another 1/4 of an inch, so you know that you have about a 1/2 of an inch. And you can just keep taking off a little bit more clay as you go to get you there. And then, so this is all I do to kind of clean up my pot. And now I know that it's not really super thick or anything because, like I said, I have those ring guidelines, so I know exactly how thick that tip of part of my foot is. Sometimes I'll go and I'll alter my shape after this. Maybe I want to give it a little bit of a belly so I can still work with my pot. I still feel like I have just as much flexibility on these bats. I think yours had a little belly. I liked that guy.
Yeah, I put a little tummy on mine. He's got just a little.
I didn't get to see the front. Yeah, he's so cute.
I went and colored with our logo colors, so.
Nice.
It's fun because you do custom designs. So if somebody wants to do either their own pottery studio or if they have a restaurant or someplace asks them to do a whole line of mugs or pieces for them, you can design, they send you the art, you can make a Flexibat for them and then they can make all the pots.
Absolutely. So we do have a couple prerequisites. Your lines have to be nice and thick and bold. The more solid a shape is, the better they work. So sometimes people will send us some like ditzy flowers or something that is just a little too like liney, and we just have to go in and either bold it or something like that. But I would say most designs that we've been sent, we've been able to kind of figure out a way to make it work. So this is our finished pot. And this is obviously just thrown. So what I'll do is I'll let this sit out for a day, maybe 12 hours uncovered, or like a day or two kind of wrapped up until it's leather hard. And then once it's leather hard, you get to do the fun part and you get to peel reveal them. So through the magic, as if it was like a cooking show, Jessica pre-made us a bunch of bats for me to peel for you guys. So I'm just gonna take this and put it behind me. And then I'm gonna wipe my hands on my sweatshirt.
Yeah, nice, because you didn't have a time. So funny story is I went to put this hoodie on this morning and I put it on, I wore it Monday for a few minutes in the studio and I did the exact same thing. So when I put it on this morning, I had like a smear of clay. I was like sitting there wiping it off and I was like, oh, darn it. Should have worn an apron.
Yeah, sometimes I go into Home Depot and they ask me if I'm a professional painter, like afterwards.
Right?
Like, Mr. Potter, your logo. So I'm gonna get up and kind of just scoot over. So we made this one yesterday. So as you guys can see that they're leather hard now. And you can see that it has that nice foot around the edge, and your logo's imprinted in there pretty nicely.
Yeah, that looks great. You got the whole Clayshare Con logo going.
Yeah, we got something a little special this time.
Oh,
I'm like, we'll keep going.
it looks so fancy.
They're so fancy. I love that too, and it has the flower in it. So this is a checkered design. And then so you can kind of see you have just like the raised areas and then again your foot. If you wanted to make your foot wider, some people like to add a little extra decoration or they just like a wider base, you would just throw to a different ring point on the bat. And that's how you know how wide your foot is without like visually looking at it.
It's so brilliant. I mean, you came up with this how many years ago now? I mean, I've 8 years since I've known.
Yeah, maybe 2018. But then you don't get this life, so you don't always get a chance to play for so long, you know.
Right.
But yeah, they've been a really fun time. Oh, so this one is our fern design. And then I'm going to whip this out right now, even though it's a little in the middle. But we have a mat that goes with our fern design. I don't know if we have the mat with us.
I grabbed it. You did? Yeah, you touch it.
But we have a beautiful teapot that was made using our Fleximats.
Folks would like to know, could you come a little closer to the camera?
Oh, sure. Is that good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
So Jessica made this guy for a hand building class using one of our Fleximats. So it's the same design, just on a little bit larger of a scale, more for hand building. But what I was saying about the bats is a lot of potters, especially hand building, these lids, they'll use the inside of the bat to make the design on the bottom and stuff like that of the lidded containers. Just to add a little jazz, you know?
So do you have a Flexi mat to share? Thank you. Folks were like, I don't understand how you use it. So the mats are big, guys, and you just roll the big mat in the clay, just like you normally do. So they have the big mat for hand builders. The round one, I took and I used a cookie cutter and I rolled my clay onto the small Flexibat. And then I used my cookie cutter and I cut the bottom. So when I hand built this mug, this was a bottom circle that I cut. And then I attached it and then texture from the side, just like we always hand build and we make our circle bottoms. But I used the mat as my guide for how big the bottom's going to be. I hope that makes sense to folks.
We have a bunch of designs. We have, this one's a new beetle design. I was trying to get a little edgy with my designs. I'm still working on them a little bit. These are some dinosaurs that we've been working on. And then,
those are good sized mats too. How big are they?
They're 11 by 17-ish.
That's good. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah. They're nice because depending, a lot of, not this one specifically, this one is a little bit more vertical, but our bug one, the beetles one, or the fern one, you can use both like horizontal or like vertical. Yeah, depending on like if you're using a curved template or something like that, because those tend to take up a little bit more space. This one's my favorite. This one's our Monstera mat. But we have a bunch on our website, and it's our new project, so we're adding more. Actually, I would love feedback. If people have any ideas of what they'd want to see in mats, I would love ideas.
You've got an octopus one. I'm looking at them right now. And then the ferns and the Monstera, lemons, stones. So go check those out, everyone, and you can get mats. I love it. I think they're great.
This was a little square cut that Jessica made. We have a new wildflower? Is that the name? Of the texture. So just your normal like little square mug, but she did the bottom and the top, so I think that'll be really fun. I think this would look really nice with some red iron oxide kind of rubbed into it. But we have a bunch more peel reveals. So let me see what else we got. What we do? Is it CSC?
CSC 26.
8. Okay.
It's buy one, get one.
Cool.
Buy one.
Oh, so our promo code is CSC26, and it is buy 2 Flexibats, get 1 free. And mats.
Oh, so buy 2 mats, get a mat free. Buy 2 bats, get a bat free.
Yes.
Ooh. All right, folks, you heard it. So that's a pretty good deal.
That's a good one, yeah. This is our mandala print. So this one's a little nice bohemian kind of style on the bottom of your pot. Oh yeah, we can chat about that. Or let me pull one that has a handle. So, Jessica just reminded me to chat with you guys about the handle orientation on these. So we have our logo in this top corner. And we started putting that there so people would know where like the top like left corner of their bat was, because what you do, I'm gonna, pretend this is still on here, but that way you can attach a handle to your pot while it's still on the bat, just in case your pot's not ready to be peeled yet. Or like I attach my handles a little bit more wet. But by using the logo, I'm able to know where that handle would go. So I don't have to kind of just assume or know where the top is.
The cat's a good example.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cat. This one would be a really good example. So this one's a little bit older of a bat. So we put this sticker on top of our logo, but it's still in the top left. So when I peel this off, let's see if I can do this from this angle. You would definitely want the handle either on this side or this side. You definitely want the handle on this side or this side, depending on if you're like a lefty or a righty. But that would just help you kind of make the choice of where you wanted it. Let's see, got a couple more. Oh, this one.
When?
So this is our just a foot one. So some people like the idea of being able to throw and have their foot and trimming and stuff done, but they don't necessarily want a design. So this is our just a foot bottom. So as you can see, it's just smooth. It's actually a really good one for me to show you how deep the foot actually is. So that way you can kind of see for glazing how deep, like that it's not going to touch your kiln shelf or anything. It's nice and safe. Actually, I have some finished ones here. I don't think we did any finished ones, did we? So
no, we haven't shown any yet.
Yeah, so this is our new design. This is a peacock. We just added this one to our website. Yeah. Yeah, and then this is our citrus bottom.
I love that.
Yeah, I was thinking this one would be fun for spring and summer, right? Yeah. And these are all Celadon glazes, so they're pretty stable in the kiln. So they do work really well after you kind of clean your bottom and stuff. I did leave a bone dry one so I could show you guys some cleanup techniques. So this one is our wildflower one. This one is now bone dry. We made it a couple of days ago. And you can see that the edges just have kind of like some little boogers and stuff, as like any pot would. So to clean up, to finish your pot, we typically just kind of wet sand it with a sponge, and that gets rid of any of the boogers or imperfections and stuff that you would want to get rid of before you put it into the kiln. Yeah, actually.
So easy to clean up, though. I love the no trimming and have such a finished looking foot without having to trim the pot.
Yeah, it's really nice to, I feel like it's helped me recycle my clay better, to be honest. I don't know if anyone caught note of me just taking off this chunk of clay while I was throwing, but because this is still so clay-ish, right? It's not super slippy and wet, and it's not super like dry, like leather hard. I can just like wedge this back into another thing of clay and use it. So it has saved me so much time and energy in like more ways than just throwing, because I now don't have to take my dry scraps and kind of rehydrate them and let them dry out and anything like that too. So that's been really nice. And then let's see, we have a couple more. This one's our mountain one. Jessica labeled them, so we didn't put our orientation sticker on all of them. So she wrote in wet clay on them that they were the mountain one. Good. Yeah, this one came out really
Yeah, can you bring that a little closer? It's
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Yeah, so nice to be able to see.
Yeah, and these ones were made out of porcelain. So I did my demo in B-Mix. I know people are used to throwing in different kind of clays, so I thought I'd bring that up too. I'm personally like a more porcelain thrower, but our studio is heavy in B-Mix. And I find that it works well for kind of all clay bodies and stuff, as long as your clay is pretty warmed up, not super, super hard. As long as it's a clay body that can take an impression well, you know, so it's not a super dry clay or anything like that. I think we have two more.
Oh, so little.
Which one is, oh. All right, this one is our Starburst one. It's a little guy. I'll bring this one in closer, sorry. So it's our
I like the Starburst a lot.
More popular.
Yeah, I think this is one of our more popular designs. And then this is one of our new bats. It is, what is this one called? It's a geometric pattern.
Kimono. It
Kimono.
looks really good in pink.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So this one, as you guys, this kind of gives a really good idea of what you can do with line work, but you can see how it's still fairly thick. This one will hold a lot of texture well when it glazes.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I love the mushrooms. The mushrooms one is so cute.
We have a finished mushroom one. We have a whole wall behind us, but it was hard for us to like stilt the computer up. This is our mushroom one finished. She's
that's great. You also have classes there. So are you open to the public for people to come take classes?
Not the public for walk-in, but we do take a lot of reservations. So we offer like classes and workshops and birthday parties. We have 7-week-long classes. We have one-time classes. A lot of people will kind of we call it like booking a birthday party, but they'll do like it as like a family event. And then we also have memberships for potters who kind of know what they're doing, that just need a space to work in and that enjoy working with other potters.
And all that information is on the website, potterymill.com. So you could find out more about you're in the Boston region.
Yeah, we're probably 35 minutes outside of Boston. We're in Lowell.
Okay, in Lowell.
Yeah, so that's down 95, Route 3.
We're on a connector all.
Like a bunch of highways, actually.
So if you're in that area, you could to take a class. If a person buys 6 mats or bats, do they get 3 free? So is it just you can only get the buy 2 get 1 free once, or is it repeatable? That's a good question.
I'll tell them to email us because I don't know if the discount code would work like that for them, but they could try it.
It's like each purchase, buy 2 get 1 free.
Yeah. So I think that they can definitely use the code more than once.
So you might have to do 3 purchases, folks.
I might have to do 3 purchases with that one.
Yeah.
But that's a great deal. And I do love the textures that you have and the possibilities, whether you're wheel thrower or hand builder. So let's see. I'm going to see if we've got any more questions. Oh, my old studio, Bridget said that she loves them there. Bridget G.
Hey!
She's watching. Woohoo!
Hey! Let's see. We have some glazed texture mat little samples. This is our ferns. And then we have a lemon mat. This one's really sweet for the spring and summer. And then this is our Monstera. So again, we use like Celadon glazes so you can really kind of see how well the texture gets picked up.
And if folks want to reach out to you about custom designs, you're completely open to that. So you do custom Flexibats. What about Fleximats? What if somebody wanted a Fleximat?
We don't have that option yet. I'm not opposed to people emailing us, but I'd have to probably come up with a custom price for that because we actually haven't been asked that question before. That, if I'm being honest, would take us a lot of time setting up the artwork. So it might be a little bit more expensive than people are willing to kind of commit to. Unless they sent us a full 18 by 17 design themselves. So we'd have to do that on a case by case basis.
So that's reach out and find out. Folks are saying that the discount is repeatable. So you it works. So you can get buy 2, get 1 free. I think you're going to get a lot of orders. So do you sell out of the studio there in Lowell? Can people?
So we used to, and now we are using a service in Merrimack, New Hampshire. So we're trying to keep everything super local. So he's about 20 minutes away, and he helps us with the bulk of the orders. Our Flexi mats and all the custom bats are still made in-house. But we don't have a retail space in here now.
No, not currently. So, but you could go take a class there and check it out if you sign up. So that's right. I have to come visit sometime. I go to Boston like 3-4 times a year. I'm over there, and I think
I completely forgot like how close you were. I was like,
I'm like 2.5 hours to Boston for me. So it's not. I've driven over same day, like over and back.
Yeah.
To the MFA just for like a one-time exhibit I needed to see before it closed. It was like, I'm going over, seeing the show, coming back.
Yeah. I mean, we can always come visit you guys too. I was just thinking of that beforehand. I forgot.
Yeah, you could come here. Folks want to know, would the custom bats count towards buy 2 get 1 free? I don't think so. So
yeah, they don't because they take it's a different
it's
work that we have to put in. Yeah.
But you can find out all the information on the website. Bridget says the studio is beautiful. So if you're in the area and you want to take a class, you could go ahead and sign up. Chelsea, it's so great catching up with you. It's been too long. So I would love to have you come back and join us on ClayShare just for a regular like live at 5 or something if you want to share when you have time. Are you going to NCECA this year?
Is that in Virginia this year?
No, it's in Detroit. I wish it was in Virginia. That would have been nicer.
I don't know. When is it? It's in March. It's next month.
It's
right?
next month. Next year, it's in Baltimore, though.
Closer.
Yeah, that is a little bit closer. It's hard. I have two and under right now. So
Yeah, no, you're not going, but it was next year maybe.
yeah, probably.
I only know because my kids are about that far apart. So like I know I could do nothing then. So
Yeah.
Chelsea, so good catching up with you. I am so glad to see your face and all the bats and everything again. And I know there's a whole bunch of people here just meeting you for the first time, and be prepared for a whole avalanche of orders. So
Thank you so much. It was so nice catching up with you.
thank you so much. All right, take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. So wonderful to see Chelsea again. And the Flexibats and the Fleximats. So if you're a wheel thrower, you can use the bats. I mean, you could probably press the mats in too after you throw a form. And if you're a hand builder, I hand built this one using a Flexibat, and I made the bottom. Oh, it is still empty. I'm like, did I actually put tea in this? No, I didn't. So the bottom, I'll go to camera 2. I used a cookie cutter. So I rolled my clay out, I rolled it into the bat, peeled up the chunk of clay, turned it over, used my cookie cutter, and it was looking like this, and I pressed in. So that's what I did for that. And then this is the registration mark that's actually on each one of them. I went ahead and rolled a bit of clay on the registration mark, peeled that off, turned it over, and used the cookie cutter and cut it out and put it on a slab mug that I built like an embellishment. So this is just a straight old slab mug that I made, and the texture is my Town. So I use a different texture, but you could use a Fleximat for your texture and combine it with a Flexibat for your bottom. So just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, great deal. Buy 2, get 1 free. I don't know if anybody does that. So thank you, Chelsea, for that awesome discount. All right, we got a little break and we're gonna come right back. We have next, we're getting to the end of ClayShareCon, which I am so sad. I'm excited to give away a kiln and a wheel, absolutely. But I'm sad because this has been so, so fun. We're gonna have, we have Sonia from Kiwi Underglaze coming all the way from New Zealand? So Australia, that's what I thought, but I was like, Kiwi, Australia? So we don't know. We're in Vermont. We got too much snow. We can't think straight today. So we have Sonia joining us, and then we have Nellie Marr from Mugplug, and then we have Annie Kreisberg doing a hand-built goblet, and then we're giving stuff away. So come back and see us in a few minutes.